Yeah, can we proceed?
Right, sir. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for joining.
yeah.
So, I believe you are an advocate also associated with Dravida Munita.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, welcome to India now, and thank you so much for joining us. So, my first question to you is that Tamil Nadu has been infamous for the cases of police brutality. And there have been, especially when the lockdown was imposed, two people succumbed to their injuries inside the lockup. And there have been several other cases where the police has been brutal to the alleged criminals inside the lockups. What is your stance on this, sir?
See, any kind of brutality is a violation of human right, which we cherish. DMK as a party has always fought for dignity of living, dignity of human life. That is the core principle on which social justice and the Dravidian ideology stands for. Whoever does that, whether it is the state authority or whoever, we have always opposed it. And when it is done by the police or when it is done by a state authority, we have taken the same stand. We have opposed it, whether we are there in the government or we are not there in the government. And if you look at the actions when DMK was in power, the actions against the persons who have committed that kind of brutality or violence or a human rights violation, all that will be are dealt with an iron hand, and that is how we deal with them.
So, why do you think cases like these keep coming up in, especially in Tamil Nadu? Why? What is the truth behind what motivates the police into being so violent?
See, yeah, that's a very valid question, in the sense that we can't paint the entire police force with the same brush. We can't say, oh, the police is like this, the police are prone to violence, the police loves to brutalize, the police does this, police does that. There are so many excellent officers who uphold the dignity of the human beings, and they give great respect to human rights and all that. Like every other place and every other force, there are some black sheeps, and these are those black sheeps which bring the bad name to the force or to any organization they belong to. The way forward is to ensure sensitize them about how they have to deal with them. And how yet another aspect which keeps coming back is also the working conditions of the police force, which also various studies have found that this also contributes to the way they behave, probably when we look at it in a holistic way. So when we address all those things, probably all this crime rate or this violence, torture, brutalities will come down.
So, the police is claiming that now human rights are being added, like a class on human rights will be taking place for people joining the force. Do you think that will reduce the cases of police brutality?
See, certainly sensitization and trying to instill them the right of the other human beings, that they have a legal right. And of course, what consequences will follow if they violate the human rights of the others, that will be a good deterrent. So I think it'll definitely have a very positive impact on the police force.
So, in your work, in your career as an advocate, I'm sure you also worked independently before this.
Yes.
Did you ever come across any community being falsely implicated because of the police, or the police being brutal, or the police troubling anybody?
See, I don't think there is any set pattern for such a thing. Normally, it doesn't happen. A few bad apples have always brought the bad name to the force. We cannot generalize, or we cannot say this is how they have done that. This is a pattern. This is what they do. I think if you look at the way the chief minister a few weeks back was making such a statement. They said, "Don't say rowdies are from North Madras. Wherever they are, they're all rowdies." So this was said. You straightly answers your question. This is to ensure that nobody is branded Somebody belongs to an area, somebody belongs to a particular community, somebody belongs to a particular caste, somebody belongs to a particular religion, somebody belongs to a particular gender. Please don't paint them with the same brush. So that kind of sensitivity is there right from the top. So it'll trickle down.
So finally, my last question to you would be, what do you think is the current scene? How many police officers do you think are uh, getting back at police violence? How many of them are beating
See,
the prisoners?
no, I don't think we can ever quantify. I don't have the numbers. Whatever it is, I think that will be very minimalistic numbers when you compare, when you take into account the entire police force.
Great. I think that's sufficient, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank you.
for joining me. I'm Isha Mishra, sir. I'm a student journalist,
Thank you.
and I do strongly believe in the DMK. I've
Thank
been
you.
here for a couple of years. So,
Wonderful. You are from which part? Which part of India?
sir, I'm from Delhi, but my
Very good.
parents are here, so
Oh,
I do
wonderful.
understand a little bit of Tamil. And
Wonderful, wonderful,
my
wonderful.
grandfather did vote for the DMK. So yeah.
Wonderful. That's great to know, Isha.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
I'll get back to you if there's something else.
Sure. Isha. You are from which year you are in?
I'm in Taramani at the moment, sir. Asian
No,
College
which
of
year?
Journalism.
Which year you are?
Yeah, so this is a 1 year course. I'm 21 years old, sir.
One
But
year course. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This is after graduation you are doing
Yeah,
it.
I'm a master's student, sir.
A master student. Oh,
Yeah.
Asian College of Journalism offers only
Yeah.
masters, is it?
Yeah, only masters.
Only masters. How many students would you be there?
Sir, we're in total about 160 students in this batch.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If we want to speak about the budget, whom do we contact? We want to speak about the Tamil Nadu's 2022 budget because it is a unique budget. We want to speak there in the Asian College. Whom do we contact and how do we proceed? Can you organize this?
I can, sir. What do you want in particular?
We want to speak about the budget,
Okay.
the 2022 Tamil Nadu budget, the uniqueness of the budget. It's nothing political. It's just about how it will transform the society, the schemes.
Okay. So how do you want to speak to the students or the professors?
Students, not the professors. Students. We want to speak to the students.
Okay. Sir, I think you can come over sometime and I think we can set it up. If you want, you can come shoot with your camera people. I think people will be willing to talk.
No shooting. We just want an interaction. We want it like to be an interaction where we'll speak and we can have a question and answer session so that especially journalists.
We have a Bloomberg department and we also have some students who will be willing to talk. But I will have to take prior permission from my professor, Mr. Nishat Ahmed.
Yeah.
And only after,
Please.
I will speak to him and I will get
please.
back to you on this.
Yeah. Myself and my colleague will be joining. Two of us will be joining, probably a 1 hour session.
On Zoom? Or do you want to do this?
Not on Zoom. It will be in person. If it is in person, it is effective.
Okay, great. So I'll get back to you on this. I'll ask Nishat.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.